Welcome, beautiful soul. My name's Dina Colada, the Digital Mystic, and in today's video, I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to turn your sales tax off in Square POS system. This is great if you're a contractor and you want to include the sales tax into your price and you don't want to add that 6% or 7% or whatever that is in your state. And I'm also going to talk about why you want to add sales tax, how much to add, how to figure it out into your taxes if you want to include sales tax into your price. So let's get started. All right, now what you're going to do is log into your Square dashboard. I'm doing this on desktop. It's just easier for me. I can see it better. You can see it better. So we're on the home screen right now, and what we're going to do is go to settings on the bottom left-hand side with that gear. And then in the left sidebar, click Account and Settings. And then we're going to scroll down to Payments. And then next is Sales Tax. So this is my tax where I live right now. And you can edit the details. You can add the tax in here. My tax rate here is 6% from the state and then 1% for my city. So I'm going to want to add 7% there. And you want to make sure and click Save if you want to add a tax. So we're also I'm going to show you how to turn that off. If you are a contractor and you want to include the sales tax into your price, what you're going to do is go ahead and click that tax name here. We're going to scroll down. It says Apply Tax to Custom Amounts. You can turn that radio button off. And then we're going to click Save. Now, you can see here it says enable though. So I want to create an invoice just to make sure that that tax doesn't get included into the price. So I'm going to click back onto the dashboard. I click the arrow back. I'm going to click Invoices and Payments. Then click onto Invoices, and we're going to test this out and make sure that it works. Okay, we're going to click the right button that says Create Invoice. I'm going to click Single, and then we're going to make sure this is going to be contract month 2. And then we're going to put a total in here. Oops, I don't need to create an item actually. I just want to add a price. And then I'm going to click Enter. And then you can add the price there. So you're going to add in whatever price you want. And then scroll down to the bottom. And you can see there is no tax added. So if we go back into the settings, I'm going to show you what happens if you do add that price. So we're going to go to, let's go back, hit that back arrow. Then click down to, let's go to Home. Then click Settings in the left sidebar. Then Account Settings in the sidebar. Payments in the sidebar. And then Sales Tax. And then we're going to go ahead and click on that tax. If you need to create a tax, you're going to click this blue button here. And you're going to put like Pennsylvania PA tax. I'm not sure what the tax rate is there. I think it's 6%. But it depends on what you're selling. Different states have different sales tax for different services and products. I'm not an attorney, but you want to get a hold of your tax department to make sure that you're setting up your sales tax correctly so you can take care of all of that business stuff in your paperwork and your federal and state taxes. And another thing, if you want to include sales tax, but in your state sales tax are required on your service or product, what you're going to want to do is divide it by a specific number. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to just pull up this calculator. So let's say you have something for $100. 6% sales tax would be 6%. So what we're going to do is divide 100 by 1.06 and then hit enter. The total is $94 cents. I always round up for that taxes because I would rather give the IRS too much than too little. Like, I don't want to get flagged for a penny. So we're going to say 94 and 34 cents. So we're going to clear that out. We're going to take that initial $100 that we had and subtract it by 94.34. And that is going to give us our sales tax, $5.66. So if your sales tax are required in your state, but you have a contract without sales tax, you're going to need to make sure and pay that $5.66 to your state for sales tax. So let's say you live in a different state and the sales tax is 7%. Let's do it with a bigger number this time. Let's say you have a $1,000 contract. So you're going to want to divide that by 1.07, and that's going to help you get to that 7% sales tax. So the total is $934, and we're going to make that 58 cents. So then we're going to clear that calculator out, take the $1,000 and subtract $934.58. So the sales tax in a state that is 7% for $1,000 will be $65.42. So that is the money you will owe your state for your sales tax. Just because you don't include sales tax in your invoice total doesn't mean you don't have to pay sales tax. You still have to pay the sales tax to the state for that total amount. So make sure to pay your sales tax. I have a confession. I didn't pay my sales tax for 8 years because I didn't pay it, and I was terrified that I was going to owe all this money. And guess what? I did. And not only that, I owed interest, I owed penalties, and they were horrible. So if that ever does happen to you and you owe sales tax, you can talk to your tax department. You can write them letters, tell them what you can afford. I owed thousands and thousands of dollars, and I paid $200 a month for years, and I finally paid it off. Hallelujah. That's awesome. But my tax department did work with me. That was state tax. Federal tax is a whole different story. I'm not even going to get into that. But all I know is just pay your taxes, keep yourself safe, help keep your company safe, and make sure to pay those sales taxes. All right, I hope this has been helpful. And I do offer some free resources in my Linktree link down below in the description. So feel free to check that out. I will be adding things as I learn and grow with you, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any questions about small business.